Hello, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this informational tutorial video on 8x8 Work powered by Comstar Technologies. So to get started, an 8x8 user will install the desktop application called 8x8 Work. And that application looks just like this. Now in this application, you can search for names, numbers, etc. throughout your different contacts. It does list calls. You can see that there is a dial pad here because this application in itself is actually a phone. So it uses WebRTC to make and receive calls directly to your computer through this application. So you can see my call history. I can see missed calls and voicemails. In my voicemails, if in certain licenses, you can have voicemail transcription enabled, which I do. So as a demonstration, you can see that the text is printed out right here on the screen for me, so I might not necessarily even have to listen to the message. I can simply just read it. I do have my contacts integrated with my Office 365 account. 8x8 Work also allows you to integrate with Google accounts as well. So I have favorites, company, and then my contacts in here. Again, you can search through. There's filters available, pretty standard stuff. Moving into messages, this is where you can message and interact with your team members that are in your 8x8 account. So this can be used as chat for internal organization. And as you can see up at the top, you can also use SMS, again, depending on your license. But you can send and receive text messages from your work 8x8 DID telephone number, so your work 9, and you don't have to expose your personal cell phone number to any of your clients. And you can text back and forth. This is SMS as well as MMS, which MMS is multimedia, which includes pictures, small files, maybe a video. So you can do that from here as well. You also have the meetings built in, and this is integrated with my Office 365 calendar. So it's pulling calendar events from my calendar to display them in here. And if I wanted to start a meeting, I can simply start a meeting right from here. I can schedule a meeting, or I can just copy and share this meeting link to maybe SMS send it to a client of mine or email it. It also shows any recent meetings that you had. And you can put in here, for example, I can see all of the participants that were in here, how long they were in here. I can look at any of the meeting chats. This is all historic, obviously. And then transcription. When you're in a meeting, you can turn on closed captioning, and it types out what each speaker is saying. That is captured by the meeting software, and you can then review it as I am doing here in the meeting history. So that's a really cool feature. Also, if you had enabled recording on the meeting, you would be able to access the recording of the meeting from here as well. Any call recordings that you have will be listed here. I do not have any, as you can see. Now, moving over to some of the other components, 8x8 is extremely flexible as it comes to mobility. So I have on my screen over here my cell phone, and this is exactly what my cell phone looks like. So if I switch over to the 8x8 app, again, I have all of my messages here, all of my SMS here, and you can see that my cell phone is pulling my contact information locally, so it knows who this person is instead of just showing the phone number that was listed up here. Now, all messages are synced between both applications. So if you sent a message from your desktop application, you can see it in your mobile application. So there's no gaps in any of the conversations that you have. It doesn't matter whether you sent them a text message from your cell phone using the 8x8 app, or if you had sent it from the desktop while you were sitting at your desk. You'll be able to access all of the conversation information in either place. Now, you may also use the mobile application as a phone. So this empowers your employees to be able to make phone calls from their work telephone number right from their cell phone. Again, keeping that in anonymity so that they are not giving out their personal cell phone information. It just dials out from your work from your work telephone number. Again, with the same thing, data is synced, any calls, missed voicemails, recordings, etc. So I can come in here and I can see it again, my transcription is written in here, so I can read it instead of needing to listen to the voicemail message. Same thing with recordings, as indicated earlier. I don't have any call recordings. It does show your contacts, obviously on your phone. You likely have your contacts, but if you don't have your company contacts in here and you only have your personal contacts as part of your cell phone directory, then this becomes very beneficial to show that company contacts in here. Again, I have mine synced to my Office 365 account. And finally, meetings. So from here, you can join a meeting locally from your cell phone. So if you're out and about on mobile and you needed to have a video conference or you needed to join a video conference meeting through the 8x8 platform, you can do that right from your mobile device as well. And as you can see, you can schedule events, again, see the meeting history and everything that I described over here in the desktop application. You can get right from your cell phone. As you saw, my little dial pad indicator here, you'll see that in a couple different areas of the application. This means start a new message, but when you're in phone or contacts, click that to get your dial pad. And this is what your employees will use to make a phone call from your work telephone number, but from their mobile device. And finally, moving into some of the more robust features for some of the higher license types. I'll swing over. This is a web application that is available from 8x8 called the Switchboard. The Switchboard is used for operators and can replace those 2 or 3 or 4 sidecars that you may have on the operator's telephone that sits on their desk. This indicates the presence of all of the users in any particular site. So you can see up here at the top, I'm looking at all branches, but I can also drill down, let's say, to just a specific one. So now I only have 26 listed here, Allentown Office 2. And this is configurable within the admin portal, which I'll show you in a moment. But again, very, very, very useful for an operator to know the status of the user, whether they're available, not available, away, offline, etc. And that way they can handle the calls appropriately. So here you can pull up the dial pad. If you were making a phone call, let's say I wanted to make a phone call here. You can see that it's trying to call me, and I'm just going to decline that, or actually answer here. And I'm now on an outbound call, and switching back, you can see that it knows I'm on an active call here, and moving over to the cell phone here, it knows that I am on a call on another device. And just to further highlight that, just so we're very clear, I'll show you. There it is right there. All right, so that was just a quick demonstration of some phone calls there. You could see I was able to answer the call. Oops, I turned off my phone, apologies. I was able to answer the call right from my desktop application, and my mobile phone knew that I was on the call. Another fun feature about that is you can transfer seamlessly calls between your desktop application and your mobile application. So if you had read down at the bottom, it said that we were on another call. And if you were to select that on your cell phone, it allows you to transfer. And the person that you're speaking with, it's completely transparent to them. They're not placed on hold or anything. The 8x8 backend system just transfers the voice path from your desktop and your computer over to your cell phone and that mobile app that's there. All right, let's go back to the web and let me show you the admin console. Now, the admin console is where any administrator of the 8x8 account, which has a specific license and above, they can come in here and they can add and remove users, configure the users, assign licensing, phone numbers, devices, everything that you see in here, auto attendance, the time of day routing, and everything that's in here. And it provides very easy administration of your 8x8 account. So you can see all the users listed here, their extension numbers, emails. I can quickly come up and create a user. I can go back, I can configure any of my auto attendants to say, okay, when you're doing um, open hours, say this, during holidays, say that, alternate ones, and then I can add the routes in here as to when you type, when you dial a 1, go here, when you dial a 2, go here, and we can do all of that right from here. So adding a key, number 1, that will go to the voicemail system, let's say. And so it's very easy, again, just to administer the account from the admin console on here. So I hope that this was a pretty good overview. And remember, with 8x8 powered by Comstar Technologies, we can do all of your support for you, all of your routing changes, everything. We do tier 1 support for you. So if you don't want to have that admin access and you would prefer that we do it, not a problem at all. Just give us a call, support, and our team will take care of you. Hope this was informative, and if you have any questions, please reach out to support@comstar-usa.com.